The fight isn't even signed, the location is yet to be determined, and yet we have fight posters and promoters speaking on it as if it's already firing on all cylinders. What the heck is going on? You heard it right. In one of the latest Spanish articles from La Prensa, they break down the entire situation, and things are not looking so hot for the once promised fight on March 13th. So apparently Eddie Hearn was able to negotiate and come to an agreement with Rung Visay to step aside, since he was Estrada's mandatory and he was able to successfully set a date. However, the key factors in all of this are still missing. The fighters haven't signed a contract agreement to face each other. Although Chocolatito's side is in advanced talks, they are working on ironing out a few details about the $1 million purse they are asking for. However, Estrada's trainer has shot down Eddie's claims of the fight being in motion and the date that he gave us. Estrada's trainer had the following to say to La Prensa in the interview. Link is in the description box below. He said the following: "We are beginning training camp, but we have yet to sign the contract for the fight. I don't know if they've told Roman that they're willing to give him the $1 million he's asking for, but they haven't told us anything. Before Christmas, the promoter called me and I told him not to count on us unless we had the $1 million. Recently, he called me back to inform me that they didn't have the $1 million for us, and I told him not to call me back unless they had that figure, or unless they gave us a different opponent for what they were offering to give us for this fight." He continued by saying, "As of right now, the fight isn't confirmed. I still can't understand how they continue mistreating the smaller weight divisions. El Gallo Estrada is an elite boxer, as is Chocolatito, and they deserve more money. What they offered doesn't even come close." When La Prensa asked if it was half of what they asked for, Caballero went on to reply with, "It's just a bit over half, but it isn't fair. We won't compare ourselves to Teofimo and Lomachenko or even Mayweather and Pacquiao. But those were fights that left people upset and unsatisfied. But with Chocolatito versus Estrada, that will be a true war in the ring. Two fighters with heart. They may be small in stature, but they have massive hearts, and they'll be coming out throwing punches from the first round, the same way they always do. There's a reason they are the best fighters in the world in the lower weight divisions." He also spoke on him and Estrada always chasing after the rematch with Roman and said the following: "When Gallo Estrada had both the WBA and WBO championships at 112, we were seeking Chocolatito, but he ended up jumping up a weight division to 115. So then we jumped up in weight immediately and continued to seek the fight. Unfortunately, the fight was never made, and Roman eventually lost to Rung Visay, to whom we ultimately lost to as well, but won the rematch. We then noticed that Roman bounced back and won his fights as well. We have always been there side by side, but for whatever reason, the rematch fight never came into fruition." Alfredo Caballero had the following to say about his come up alongside Estrada, whom he has trained since the fighter was 14 years of age. "Estrada was the first fighter I got to become a world champion. We know each other very well and we are family. In regard to the fight, I happen to agree with Gonzalez's trainer when he says that the first to give ground will lose the fight. Let's not play dumb here. I'm tired of people who don't know about the sport of boxing. We're all aware that they are both going to give it their all, unlike other fighters in the sport. I can guarantee you people will be leaving that fight satisfied." In regard to the first fight against Roman, he said the following: "That fight was held at light flyweight, and that wasn't Estrada's weight. He used to be able to make that weight in the amateurs, but even then Estrada struggled to make weight. Estrada was still a rookie as well, but he went on to beat Veloria in the very next fight in an authoritative manner. However, now Estrada has had many more defenses. He is stronger and has matured. He has also gained a lot of experience. Many look at his last fight and argue that he took one too many punches, yet Chocolatito fights in the same exact way." Caballero also confirmed that Estrada's most difficult fight had been against Roman Gonzalez, and he assured that they wouldn't have an issue with the 2-month training camp. So listen up folks, this is where it gets interesting. Now back on it. He made it clear that both Roman and Estrada are elite fighters, and even went on to say that they're not your ordinary fighters and 2 months would be more than enough time for them to get prepared. He also claims that we are witnessing a prime Estrada, because even though he is 30 years old, he hasn't taken too much damage and is currently in a good level both mentally and physically. He also mentioned that his defense against Carlos Cuadras, Estrada and his team only had a 1.5-month training camp. He has also had a title defense in the past with only a 3-week training camp, so he assured us that this fight camp won't be an issue if he only has 2 months to prepare. Finally, he finished with giving us a glimpse of their plans. He said they want to move up to bantamweight, but would like to unify first at super flyweight. He named names like Ioka, Ancajas, and even the rematch with Rung Visay. He said once they've accomplished that unification, then they would begin moving forward with their plan. Before finishing off his interview, he sent a message to all the Nicaraguans saying that they are very humble people and with big hearts. And that concluded the interview between La Prensa and Caballero. I'm honestly at a loss for words. However, in the most recent developments, I've been able to foster some hope. Zanfer, one of Estrada's co-promoters, has said that the rumors about the fight falling through are false. On a Twitter post, he stated that the fight is still in the works and that Estrada will begin training next week in Mexico, as well as Gonzalez in California. This, however, comes a few hours after Bayron Saavedra informed Boxing Twitter that Roman had requested more time for training camp and a new date to be scheduled for the rematch. Gonzalez has evidently also canceled his trip to California. I don't get it. Each side are also not on the same page. It seems like Estrada and his team think there's more than enough time to prepare for the rematch and things are moving along. But now Gonzalez is looking to have it moved and it's not long enough for him and his team to have a training camp. This is very unfortunate for us fans, seeing as how this fight has the potential to be a fight of the year and has been 9 years in the making. Sadly, it seems like we'll have to wait idly for this mess to clear up. But let me know what you guys think. Will Roman and Estrada even be fighting each other this year? And how the heck did this get so messy? Anyway, if you like this vid and want a lot more boxing content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Like always, this is Shay at LAKEY Boxing, signing out.